What's up, guys? I hope you've all had a productive week and having a great weekend as we speak. As we all know, Ripple Labs has been entangled in that lawsuit with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission for almost a year now. While the case has opened the doors for a broader conversation on the country's securities laws and how they pertain to digital assets, the company has undoubtedly lost out on a lot of business during this time. In fact, when the lawsuit was first filed by the SEC, many cryptocurrency exchanges were quick to delist XRP. However, despite these headwinds, Ripple has managed to have a successful year, according to CEO Brad Garlinghouse. That said, time now to head over to CoinMarketCap.com and check out where the price of XRP stands. As you can see, the price of XRP today is at $1.09. We're slightly in the green zone today. Really, there's nothing to worry about. The market has moved down by 1.49% over the last 24 hours, but we should be used to such market swings by now. That said, let's roll that intro and get into all the juicy details of today's video. As always, welcome back to MoneySide, your favorite crypto news channel. If you are new here, welcome to the XRP family. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our daily crypto news updates. Starting us off in today's video, we have this tweet from Val5 Links that says, Garlinghouse also revealed that Ripple's on-demand liquidity service, which utilizes XRP to shuttle liquidity for financial institutions, has grown by 130% quarter after quarter. What's more, Ripple itself grew by 33% in the last quarter. If we look further into that tweet, you can see that Garlinghouse also revealed that Ripple's on-demand liquidity service, which utilizes XRP to shuttle liquidity for financial institutions, has grown by 130% quarter after quarter. Once more, Ripple itself grew by 33% in the last quarter. In its latest court submissions, the SEC had argued that along with Ripple, XRP's price has continued to grow despite the ongoing lawsuit. Through these statements, the SEC was trying to dismiss Ripple's claims that the case has had a detrimental effect on the company's revenues and market position, noting that most of this growth has been through the business conducted outside of the United States. The CEO claimed, "In the United States, we have signed exactly 0 new customers, and we've lost customers because they're like, hey, look, until the United States regulatory framework is clear, we need to lean out." And now that it seems that there will be no end to this lawsuit, it looks like Ripple's future might as well be out of the U.S. In fact, as we have seen in the recent Ripple XRP updates, it seems the company is working towards expanding its base in that direction. As we can see, Ripple is definitely dedicated to providing digital asset payment solutions to different entities across the world. Moving on to the following tweet, we have this interesting one. It says, Ripple CEO claims Ether surpassed XRP because of the SEC. As we all know by now, Brad Garlinghouse made an appearance during the DC FinTech Week virtual conference. He mentioned that 2 years ago, XRP was the second most valuable digital asset. However, as the SEC gave a hall pass to Ethereum, the currency kind of exploded. He further mentions that Clarity has helped so much. In the same conference, Brad went on to say that it's upon the market forces to determine the winners and losers, not the regulators. In 2017, XRP was the second largest cryptocurrency, but it has slipped to 7th since then. Moving forward, another tweet. This is from James Rule XRP, which says, Ripple scores major win. Judge orders SEC to explain a lot. The SEC is ordered to explain, among other things, how the Howey test applies to XRP. What is the status of Ether and Bitcoin, and the sale of XRP as investment contracts? Judge Sarah Netburn has addressed 2 pending motions in the SEC v. Ripple lawsuit the same week she granted the SEC's request to extend the expert discovery deadline to January 14th in a move that surprised a few. The order regards the individual defendant's motion to compel the SEC to provide more precise answers to Ripple's interrogatories and the SEC's protective order to relieve it of the obligation to respond to 29,947 separate requests for admission. Because the discovery sought overlaps in certain respects, these applications are resolved together. Both motions are granted in part and denied in part, Judge Netburn concluded. The SEC will be forced to admit that there is nothing in any of these contracts that created an expectation of profits by purchasers of XRP. That's a big problem for the SEC, Attorney Jeremy Hogan commented. Next, we have another tweet from Crypto Mask, which says, XRP lawsuit. Ripple appeals the court to disclose SEC's in-camera review documents. Looking further into the article, it was posted in CoinGate.com. It says, the latest update in the XRP lawsuit saw Ripple respond to SEC's letter with the explanation for its privilege assertions, along with a redacted version of the 3 additional documents requested by the defendants for in-camera review. Ripple has requested the court to disclose these documents to the defense and further argued against the plaintiff's repetitive privileged stance. Ripple has contended the SEC's pre-decisional or deliberative argument for the 3 additional documents, noting that the Commission has failed yet again to identify any specific policy process related to these or other documents, as it is required to when seeking protection under DPP. Ripple argued that the SEC claims against disclosure of discussions are weak and do not stand any legal relevance. The digital asset space lacks clarity. That is nearly unanimous. The SEC v. Ripple lawsuit may help the industry move towards a more transparent regulatory framework and provide precedent for the following enforcement actions and litigations with the SEC. All that said, time now to take a look at the technicals. XRP appears to be repeating a similar structure to the one that we saw earlier this year. If it continues to play out, the price would consolidate in an uptrend until mid-November before breaking out slightly past current all-time high. This move will feature explosive volatility, given that is the typical behavior that we see on the XRP chart. Now, on to Bitcoin. It closed a full bearish/red candle yesterday, and today its price is moving below EMA 10. After a new peak high, all-time high, it is normal for a correction to take place. So where are the prices ahead? You can see additional details on the chart. As Bitcoin corrects, the altcoins grow. I am looking mainly at alt Bitcoin, but the altcoins market in general should be entering a strong bullish wave. Best wishes to one and all, and remember, trade safely, my friends. Please keep in mind we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. Tell us what you think in the comments section below, and let's have a conversation. Thanks as always for watching. Don't forget to like this video, and please click on that subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you get updates whenever we post our amazing content. Thanks again, and we'll see you on the next Money Side.